According to the belief in such a society, a child is not born from the sperm of a single man, but from the accumulation of sperm in a woman's womb. A good mother will make a point of having sex with several different men, especially when she is pregnant, so that her child will enjoy the quality and parental care, not merely of the best hunter, but also of the best storyteller, the strongest warrior, and the most considerate lover. If this sounds silly, bear in mind that before the development of modern embryological study, people had no solid evidence that heavy are always sired by the single father rather than by many. The proponent of this ancient commons argue that the frequent infidelities that characterize modern marriage and the high rate of divorce, not to mention the chronophobia of psychological complex from which both children and adults suffer, all result from forcing women to live in nuclear family and monogamous relationships that are incompatible in our biological software. Many scholars vehemently reject this theory, insisting that both monogamy and forming the nuclear family are core human behaviors, though ancient hunter-gatherer society tend to be more communal and egalitarian than modern society. These researchers argue they were nevertheless comprised of separate cells, each containing a jealous couple and the children they held in common. This is why today monogamous relationships and nuclear families are normal in the vast majority of culture, why men and women tend to vary possess of their parent, partner, and children, and why even in modern states such as North Korea and Syria political authority pass from father to son. In order to solve this controversy and understand our sexuality, society, and politics, we need to learn something about the living conditions of our ancestors to examine how Sapiens lived between the cognitive revolution of 70,000 years ago and the start of the agricultural revolution about 12,000 years ago. Unfortunately, there are few certainties regarding the life of our forager ancestors. The debate between the ancient commune and eternal monogamy schools are based on flimsy evidence. We obviously have no written records from the age of forager, and the archaeological evidence consists mainly of fossil bone and stone tools. Artifacts made of more perishable materials such as wood, bamboo, and leather, such only under unique conditions. The common impression that pre-agricultural humans live in an age of stone is a misconception based on this archaeological bias. The Stone Age should be more accurately be called the Wood Age, because most of the tools made by ancient hunter-gatherers were made of wood. Any reconstruction of the lives of ancient hunter-gatherers from the surviving artifacts are extremely problematic. One of the most glaring differences between the ancient forager and their agricultural and industrial descendants is that forager has very few artificial to begin with, and is played a comparatively modest role in their lives. Over the course of his or her life, the typical member of the modern affluent society will own several million artifacts, from cars and houses to disposable nappies and milk cartons. There is hardly an activity, a belief, and even an emotion that's not meditated by objects of our own devising. Our eating habit is mediated by a mind-blogging collection of such items, some from spoon and glasses to generate engineering labs and gigantic ocean-going ships. In play, we use a plethora of toys, from plastic cars to 100,000 seater stadium. Our romantic and sexual relationships are acute Cuted by rings, bed, nice clothes, sexy underwear, condom, fashionable restaurant, ship, model, airport lounges, wedding hall, and catering companies. Religious bring the scared into our lives with Gothic churches, Muslim mosque, Hindu ashram, Torah scroll, Tibetan prayer wheels, Presley castle, candle, incense, Christmas tree, matcha bowls, tombstone, and icon. You hardly notice how ubiquitous our stuff is until you have to move to a new house. Foreigners move house every month, every week, and sometimes even every day, toting whatever they had on their backs. There are no moving companies, wagons, or even pack animal to share the burden. They consequently had to make to which with only the most essential possession. It's reasonable to presume that the great part of their mental, religious, emotional lives was conducted without help of artifact. The archaeologists working 100,000 years from now could piece together a reasonable picture of Muslim belief and practice from the myriad of objects he unearthed in a ruined mosque, but you are largely at a loss in trying to comprehend the belief and ritual of ancient hunter-gatherers. It's much the same dilemma that future historian would face if he had to depict the social world of 21st century teenagers solely on the basis of their surviving snail mail, since no record will remain their phone conversation, email, blog, and text message. And reliance on artifact will thus bias the account of ancient hunter-gatherer life. One way to remedy this is to look at modern forager society. These can be studied directly by an anthropological observation, but there are good reasons to be very careful in extrapolating from modern forager society to ancient ones. Firstly, all forager societies that have survived into the modern era have been influenced by neighboring agricultural and industrial society. Consequently, it's risky to assume that what's true of them was also true tens of thousands of years ago. Secondly, modern forager societies have survived mainly in arena with difficult climatic conditions and inhospitable terrain, suited for agriculture. Societies that have adapted to the extreme conditions to places such as Kalahari Desert and Southern Africa may well provide a very misleading model for understanding ancient society in fertile areas such as Yangtze River Valley. In particular, population density in an area like the Kalahari Desert is far lower than it was around the ancient Yangtze, and this has far-reaching implications for key questions about the size and structure of human band and the relation between them. Certainly, the most notable characteristic hunter-gatherer societies is how difficult they are one from the other. They differ not only from the part of the world and to another, but even in the same region. One good example is the huge barrier of first European settler found among the aboriginal people of Australia. Just before the British conquered, between 300,000 and 700,000 hunter-gatherers lived on the continent in 200 to 600 tribes, each of which was further divided into several bands. Each tribe had its own language, religion, law, and custom. Living around parts now Aldaleia in southern Australia were several patrilineal clans that reckoned descent from the father's side. These clans bond together in tribes in a strictly territorial basis. In contrast, some tribes in northern Australia gave more importance to people's maternal ancestry, and the person's tribal identity depends on his or her totem rather than his or her territory. It stands to reason that the and cultural variety among ancient hunter-gatherers were equally impressive, and that 5 million to 8 million foragers who populate the world on the eve of the agricultural revolution were divided into thousands of separated tribes with thousands of different language and culture. This, after all, was one of the main legacy of the cognitive revolution. Thanks to the appearance of the fiction, even people with the same genetic makeup who lived under similar ecological conditions were able to create very different imagined realities, which manifested themselves in different norms and values. For example, there was a very reason to believe that a forage band that lived 30,000 years ago on the spot where Oxford University now stands would have spoken a different language from one living where Cambridge is now situated. One band might have been Bellingrand and the other peaceable. Perhaps the Cambridge band was communal, while the one at Oxford was based on nuclear families. The Cambridgian might have spent long hours carving wooden statues of their guardian spirit, whereas the Oxonian may have worshipped through dance. The former perhaps believed in reincarnation, while the latter thought this was nonsense. In one society, homosexual relationship might have been accepted, while in the other, they were taboo. In other words, while anthropological observation of the modern forager can be helped us understand some of the possibilities available to ancient forager, the ancient original possibility was much broader. The most of it is hidden from overview. The heated debate of Homo sapiens' natural way of life misses the main point. Ever since the cognitive revolution, there hasn't been a single natural way of life for sapiens. There are omni-cultural choices from among a bewildering palette of possibilities.